Abdurahman Fahmi was a resistance leader who led a guerrilla war against the British Army in Egypt and assassinated multiple British officials. Abdurahman Fahmi was born in 1870 in Cairo. During his youth, he joined the Anglo-Egyptian army and eventually became a high-ranking lieutenant in the army. However, when he saw the British oppression and exploitation of his people, he began to turn against the British. In 1913, after witnessing British looting against Egyptian villages, Abdurahman Fahmi resigned from his job in the army. In 1918, he formed an underground armed resistance organization known as the Black Hand Society, with the aim of overthrowing British rule in Egypt. Because of his experience in the Egyptian army, he was well known in Egyptian society. He used his connections in order to distribute anti-British leaflets among Egyptian soldiers, police officers, workers, and students, urging them to join his resistance group. Abdurahman Fahmi also sent delegations to different countries and managed to obtain funding from the Japanese and Italian governments. After gaining thousands of followers across the country, Abdurahman Fahmi began manufacturing explosives, distributing weapons, and planning assassinations of British officials. Abdurahman Fahmi succeeded in assassinating multiple British officers and pro-British Egyptian officials. In October 1919, Abdurahman Fahmi and his group attempted to assassinate the pro-British Egyptian Prime Minister known as Yusuf Pasha Wahba by throwing a bomb at him. However, the assassination attempt failed, and Abdurahman Fahmi became the most wanted man in Egypt. The British eventually arrested Abdurahman Fahmi in 1920, and he was sentenced to life in prison. However, he was released in 1924 after he was pardoned by the newly elected Prime Minister Saad Zaghloul. Shortly after his release, Abdurahman Fahmi continued his anti-British activities. On November 20th, 1924, Abdurahman Fahmi organized the assassination of General Lee Stack, who was the British governor of Sudan. General Lee Stack was assassinated during his visit to Cairo, when he was shot to death by the followers of Abdurahman Fahmi. As a result, he was imprisoned for a second time. However, he was soon released as the British could not find any evidence against him. Because of his popularity as a resistance leader and an assassin, Abdurahman Fahmi was eventually elected as a member of the Egyptian parliament, and he continued to call for complete independence from British rule. He eventually resigned from the parliament in protest of corruption within the Egyptian government, and he later became the editor of the Roz al-Yusuf magazine, where he published articles criticizing the corrupt government officials. However, in 1928, the newspaper was closed down by British authorities. Abdurahman Fahmi passed away in July 1946.